All right, welcome back into YSN Live. I'm Jake Silac here tonight in Mineral Ridge at the Post Office Pub for our Coach's Corner interview with head coach of the Rams, Brian Shaner. Brian, thanks for coming on.
Hey, thank you guys for being here. It's a great place to hang out. And, anytime we get to talk about these guys, I get pretty fired up for it.
Absolutely. So just to kick it off, I just wanted to ask you, if I would have told you at the beginning of the season, 6 games in, you're 5-1, what are you telling me?
Honestly, I'm going to tell you the possibilities there. We knew coming into this season, this was our season. This was our group of guys, and I don't know if many coaches in the area could look you in the eye and say with only 5 seniors that you're going to be able to do this. But the leadership we have with these seniors and the approach they took in the offseason, I would tell you it's a definite possibility. We play in a pretty good league. There's a lot of parity there. But, again, with this group of guys and the dedication they have, I'd have been all in on it.
Yeah, it's awesome. We're talking about all season long. We're talking about the offense. We're talking about, Valley coming in, guy that can throw the ball over the place, run the ball at the same time. But I really wanted to start tonight with something that doesn't get talked about a lot, but needs to be talked about more, and that's the defensive side of the football. I mean, I know you. I never played underneath you, but I have a lot of friends that did. So they told me that defense is key for you. Your defense has only given up 61 points over 5 games, and 20 of those coming in one game. So, the margin there is pretty good, and it's boosted you guys to 35th in Division 6. So what can you tell me about the defensive side of the football?
Well, if my coaches were sitting up here, they'd be saying, no way, his focus is offense, because we're kind of known as being an offensive kind of team and philosophy. But we knew coming into this year with all the guys we had back on defense, and I told our guys from day one, our bread and butter is going to be the defense. They're going to buy in. They're going to do it a certain way. Coach Allen came over from Poland to help us out on the defensive side of the ball and bring a little bit different demeanor over there. I say he's a bear because he brings a lot of tough love to these guys. And they bought in right away. And we play a different style. And I think I learned that being over at reserve as an assistant for a year, and I knew the league. And, in the MVAC, if you play really solid defense and you're really aggressive and you want to hit, you give yourself a chance. And that's what our boys do. I mean, I don't know anyone that's played us that ever left us that says, man, Mineral Ridge don't hit, because that's what we do. We train a different way. We coach them a different way. Our boys are very receptive to hard coaching. They know we love them. And that's the key.
Yeah.
But there are some rough times on that field and in the locker room, but they get it. We want them to play a certain style, and that's what we've been showing all year. It don't matter who you put in front of us. Our defense is always going to show up.
Yeah, definitely. And they have so far this season, like I said, giving up only 61 points to your 214 total points of offense over the 6 games. We talked about the success that you guys have had so far this season. Obviously, you've been here. This is your 4th year. What about this team specifically? Not as opposed to years past, but just what about this team specifically gives you guys all the confidence in the world that they're going to go out there, be successful, and get to that 5-1 record where we're at right now?
It's my seniors. Again, it's our 4th year, and they were freshmen when I came in, and to be around guys this long, and a lot of people preach family and they say family, but when we say it, we mean it. When I have a 4-year starter like Nathan Rohrman, and I can have conversations with him, not just as a player. You've built that bond. When you talk to Mason Miller about things outside of football, and Ben and G, it is that family. There's no more getting to know each other. They know where I come from, and they know when I come down on them that I'm never going to leave that locker room or that office with them feeling that I did wrong by them, because I don't. I care about them. I love them to death. And then you throw Valley in this mix, who's just this workout juggernaut. He can't do enough for everybody. And the way he jumped in, we had to pull the reins back on him. He wants to be so involved. And again, we are a small town and community, but I can genuinely tell you when I say we're a family with this group of guys, we are. And it's very, very special.
Absolutely, yeah, and I'm sure you know better than anybody else that being that close to a team, it just makes all the difference in the world. So yeah, talking about a young team, not a young team, but more or less a young team, not a small team, but for high school football, obviously you're looking at guys that are playing both ways.
Yeah,
only giving up that 61 points and still being able to put up 214 points on the offense. I mean, I've called your games all season long. I know that at least probably I would say 65-70% of your guys are both ways.
Yes.
How do you keep them motivated? How do you keep them going through those times where they're just gassed?
Desire. These guys aren't going to let us down. I mean, no matter how many plays they got to play, they know they got one more left in them because it's about this family. It's about this team. It's about this town. They know we have something special, and this season isn't done. We're a long way from where we want to be. I can think all the way back to our Saturday mornings, having one-on-ones with each and every senior, along with Ian, and talking to them about our goals and what we have to accomplish, and about desire and about buying in and about doing this. And it's just not for us. It's for everyone in this town. And
Yeah.
Again, the support here is absolutely phenomenal. And, again, we're not letting anyone down.
Yeah, absolutely. So far, so good at that. Yeah, I'll ask you like two more questions here, and then we'll let you roll. So we talked about the defense a lot. Let's go back to offense, which is your bread and butter, where we really are at here. Obviously, we talked about Valley, and we'll get to him more. I'll ask him some more questions about the pass game. But what has been working, and I don't think working is the right way to put it, what has been really on for you guys so far is that rushing attack. Big lineman up front, and Miller or Herb at the running back position, who I won't even mention the numbers until we get to him because I think it doesn't do it justice unless I say it when he's here. But what has been working so far in the trenches?
Understanding our guys get it, and we're not a veteran line up front. We have two seniors playing. We have a freshman, a sophomore, and a junior. So it's understanding the scheme. We put a little window dressing out there, and it's about being hard nosed. Again, we feed off of what our defense does. Past years, our offense, we kind of thought we had to outscore people, but this year our defense dictates to the offense what we're able to do. And it was like we did against reserve. The run game was there because we did very, very well up front. Our running game, our backs know exactly what's asked of them. But I'm going to tell you right now, we haven't played our best game on offense. There's no way. We were nowhere near what I thought we would be, and we're just going to keep getting better. And, now that the cat's kind of out of the bag and we do run a little bit of stack eye, brings another facet to our offense and something that we're really good at. We just haven't had to do it a lot yet. But we know that's coming. And, with our expectations of being in the playoffs, you never know what weather's going to bring. And, I think we're able to get in that a little bit more. I think we're going to show another, again, dynamic facet of our offense that we just haven't had to use yet. But again, our run game, as you said, is there. Herb's having a great season back there. Valley's running the ball really well. We got to tighten some things up. But again, like I said, to start this off, our offense hasn't had our best game. We will get better. And again, when I can start feeding Rorman and Mason a little bit out of that stack eye, I think you guys are going to see a little bit more of a dynamic that we have.
Yeah, absolutely. And for not having your best game on offense, Herb's averaging 149 yards a game, and Valley is averaging 100 yards rushing a game as well at the quarterback position. So if we got our best game in store, still we're in pretty good shape.
I think so. I think those guys will agree. And again, I know, and all the coaches in this business know that you're only as good as your offensive line. And our line just keeps getting better and better. And we have great leadership by Ben and G up front, and our young guys are coming along with them. But again, the best game of our offense is still in front of us. I can't tell you when it's going to come, but when it does, it's going to be a real show.
Awesome. So the last thing I'll leave you with here, just tell me, not me, but tell everybody here, what are the expectations for the rest of the season?
Well, when I got Coach Allen to come over, I'll never forget our meeting. It was right after the season, and I knew, we were going to make some changes. And his expectation when we talked was about trying to win the whole thing. You know what I mean? And I'll never doubt these guys of how far they want to go. And I do believe the sky's the limit. We got tough games in front of us. But again, I think if you don't sit here and say that we want to win them all, you're not doing it for the right reasons.
Absolutely.
And with this group here, I think that's our goal. Anyone that stands in front of us, you want to beat them. And, hopefully we keep that going this Friday going to Jackson. But again, we have an overall, again, those meetings we have, their seniors want to win them all. Whoever we have to play, wherever we have to go, let's practice like crazy and try to win them all.
Absolutely. And I'll be on the call for every one of them. So we might as well win them all. Coach, thank you so much for coming on with us tonight.
Thank you.
All right. We have Tristan Valley coming up here next on YSN Live, quarterback of the Rams. We'll be back with you shortly.